everybody, it's your host Gigi for another edition of Fashion Rocks. And you know, for me, fashion isn't just about style, it's about culture, it's about art, it's just a bit of everything. So today I'm sitting here with a pretty interesting person, so I'll let him introduce himself.
Hi, my name is Shane Eastmond and I'm a fine artist.
Lovely. And there were a few women that went, yeah, he's a fine artist. So we're gonna start with the deep stuff.
The deep stuff.
And I tend to go deep. Like I will never just talk about fashion, because I think that, okay, so I think this is art. I think how you dress, I don't know if you guys can see these details, but this shirt is phenomenally, like these laser cutouts etched into it. And as Shane mentioned earlier, you know, it's a detail of the textures and all these different things. And this in itself is art. All of it is art. So tell us a bit about your art. Tell us, what medium do you think expresses who you are the most?
Right now, I really enjoy drawing with ink, and I really enjoy washes of paint in my work. I don't like to use color for the sake of using color. And I don't like to use color to recreate it how you would expect it to be used, to recreate it how you know it. I'd use color as a symbol for something, or to represent movement, or not necessarily the tone of your skin. Yes, unusual approaches.
Okay. Because I noticed a lot of your work is in black and white.
Yeah.
A lot of your personal palette as well, what you wear, is black.
I find
a little bit of white.
I find when a lot of textures come together, they kind of speak for themselves.
Yeah.
So I guess color will kind of disrupt what's going on, the kind of idea that I have, what I'm doing.
What idea do you have for what you're doing?
I think black and white. If you get to take your time to look at things in black and white, how simple and clean it is, less is more. And when you kind of master that, you kind of bring more to the table. So you see my work, you'd see black and white, yes, simple. But I mean, when all the color, when all the textures come together, you start to envision color. You start to envision movement. It lets you see for yourself what it could be, instead of it just being presented to you.
So let's talk a bit about style. I've noticed in my brief moments with you prior to this, I've noticed that you're really into kind of experimenting with your look, experimenting with different silhouettes, and you're very aware of what looks good with what. So Shane is so aware. It's like he'll know, nope, not those jeans, because those jeans don't bring out the best in this loafer. And maybe nobody's ever asked you to explain those things before, but talk to me a bit about what you feel comfortable in, what you like to wear, what...
I believe you should dress which best suits you. And I know that's, a lot of people don't truly understand that, because I mean, there are trends out there and you make a trend work for you, but I mean, try to take the time to really discover what works for you, and also what works for you and separates you from everything else. I guess I'm not trying to separate myself. I kind of do appreciate simple things and making them appear a bit more than what they are. I don't care too much for a brand for the sake of displaying the fact that I am wearing a brand or anything like that. I just like how things piece together. Kind of like when you're looking at a painting, or you like composition, I know which pieces kind of fit together. For myself personally, I kind of like clothes not only because of like the pattern, but how it would fit too.
Yeah.
I kind of scold my parents when they shop for me, because you know, it kind of doesn't come together all the time. But my dad starts to get me now. It takes time.
Yeah, it does take time for somebody else to understand your aesthetic.
How you represent yourself is important, how you put yourself forward. And if you don't understand that, then there's a lot of things that kind of don't join together for you. But if you understand who you are, how you put yourself forward, you understand your display, your decorum, you're good to go.
So 3 tips on style.
First of all, don't try too hard. It's very easy for me, it's very easy for me to look at someone and say that they're trying to accomplish something, and that these are elements that are coming together that you aren't too sure about. And that's what I was saying. Understand yourself, understand what suits you, and don't try to copy or imitate things that you find interesting, but you bring them to yourself. And you have to examine and see, is this really something that is for me? And that's what I was saying. Your personal composition, how it comes together. Pay attention to it. Look at it. Like examine. Just take your time. Take your time. Don't try too hard. Take your time. Doesn't matter. Who cares? Like there's some days like people will talk about you dress like this all the time. I'm not trying to do it for you. Like I go and I dress for me.
Yeah.
And I dress because I feel good in what I'm wearing. And sometimes people look at me and say you look a bit unusual by me. It's not for you. So don't try too hard. Take your time and do it for you. Those are my 3 tips.
That's good. We made it to 3.
We made it to 3.